You must be out of your mind, girl.
What a tune that is. That is Clear, Walk Away, from the forthcoming album, A Clear Day with Brownie. And, of course, Clear, I've got to say that that track for me is everything. It's got the soul to it, and it's also got that wonderful acousticness as well. That particular tune, is that going to be a track that you think you'll release as a single, or is it maybe a bit too slow?
Well, that all depends on my audience. I'm one of these type of people, if my fans are saying, they would like to see that as a single, I'm sure I would definitely put it out as a single, but it is definitely slated for the album and the album only, because it sort of completes the story, as I was saying earlier on with this album. This album is pretty theme-based, and it's being that it is my first album out here in the world, I felt that it was necessary for me to really, from the start to finish, to put something out there that was that told a story, and just because you walk away from something, or you feel that you have to walk away from something, sometimes that's a good thing. It's better than staying in there and and creating more havoc, and people being upset, and sometimes lives get ruined. So I had to put a song out there that gave that message as well. So.
What is the biggest thing that not necessarily relationships, but what is the biggest thing for you to walk away from, or you have walked away from?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a very difficult question, because I'm not a type of person that really walks away from much. I understand, at a point where people have to either agree to disagree, and I usually fall on the side of compromise, and for the most part. But I guess if you have to if I would have to walk away from something. I don't think I could answer that question right now.
It sounds.
I really don't.
Well, I mean, obviously, in relationships, it's hard to walk away. It's hard to walk away from anything, isn't it? What about business? Is it hard to walk away from a bad, someone in business that you're not necessarily getting on with? I mean, would you walk away, or would you stay?
Oh, well, you know what?
Yeah.
Well, that depends on the business and the relationship that you have with the business. I, for instance, have experience in the past where when it comes to, say, a family business, sometimes the children want to go and do something else, although the parents want you to be involved in the business. There becomes a point where you do have to walk away as a child and do your own thing, just for your own sake, but you never really walk away. You always keep your
on a long leash.
Eye on.
You like on a
right,
long,
exactly.
Yeah,
you just walk.
leash.
You walk away on the long leash,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So and I think that friendships are that way. Relationships, I think, pretty much everything's that way. I feel that when you cut things off completely, you cut yourself off from growth as well. So.
Yeah. So Walk Away, I think, is a great track. And let's hope that we don't walk away from that track, and I hope we keep playing it. Now,
I hope so too.
Also, with the album, what are your expectations? It is going to be your first album, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So what do you think? I mean, what are you feeling right now about the album?
I'm very excited about the album, extremely so, and the response I've been getting from each single that I've put out in lieu of the album coming forth. It has really been a pleasant journey. It's been a journey, but it's been a very pleasant journey. I've met some wonderful people. I mean, when I first came into this and decided to move in this direction, I was inspired by a gentleman by the name of Dave Knight. In fact, I came to California, to Los Angeles, because of Dave Knight, who is very inspirational, and you'll probably know his body of work as an engineer on Back on the Block and Thriller and a whole bunch of other wonderful albums that have been out on the planet. And he said, "Oh, Clear, what are you doing down here? You need to come to L.A. If I can make it possible for you to come to Los Angeles and record, would you do it?" I said, "Absolutely."
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, it's been a wonderful journey.
So musically, a wonderful journey, and experience a wonderful journey. Do you think the journey, with the album, is going to keep you in the Los Angeles area in California, or do you foresee maybe you're going to move away from there? I mean, what are your thoughts on? You're there for the album. Is it going to be your home after the album's released?
I have really found some wonderful places here in Los Angeles, and LA has really opened its arms and the doors up to me. And since I've moved here, I've acquired quite a few connections. I could definitely move here. I've seen a lot of different places that I would definitely like to live in and around the Southern California area.
How do you find people? I mean, you're lucky that you've got some good people around you, but some people, they can be quite shallow and promise the world and give you absolutely nothing. Have you had any of that?
Well, I have to first thank my mother for the good parenting that she gave me, so that when I do encounter people that are on a level of vague and ambiguous, I mean, you're going to find those people wherever you go. You know, you can look. You can even look into your own family and see those type of people. You know, aunt so and so or uncle so and so, or you know.
But it is about your upbringing, isn't it? It's about your upbringing and understanding the level that you're at and the shallowness of some other people, isn't it? Really. Now,
well, yes.
I want to ask you this as well. With this album coming out, the album I haven't got a date for. I know you haven't set a date, but is it going to be in a month or 2 months? How long do you think we'll have to wait for the album?
Well, I would probably say by summer, end of summer. Right. End of summer, middle summer, somewhere around in there. I'm due to drop a new track here, which I'm very excited about. It's called "What You Won't Do for Love," which is written by Mr. Bobby Caldwell.
Yeah, I remember the tune.
Yeah, and many people have written it, and I've set out to. It's been a favorite song of mine since I first heard it, and I set out to basically try and redo the song, reinvent the song, make the song my own. There has been some great versions of that particular tune, though, haven't there? You know, and I'm sure your version. So your roots really do go back, don't they? A little bit. You know, when you talk about tunes like that, I mean, that's going back to the early '80s. I mean, I'm not saying that you were there then, but of course, the influence of the music has dripped through your family, has it? Oh, absolutely. When you have older brothers and sisters and cousins and aunts and uncles, I mean, you really, on Saturday morning, you have no choice but to listen to what they're listening to.
Well, we're going to listen. What I've got to say is we're going to listen right now to the last track that I've got for the album. Now, the album is called A Clear Day. We're hoping for it to be released in the middle of the year. Clear, I want to thank you for taking part with this interview. And I feel privileged to have actually talked to you because I do think you're very talented. And I wish you every success.
Thank you, Dave.
So let's go
Thank you very much.
Let's go to Beautiful. And, it's a beautiful track. Thank you, Clear.
This is to all the women in my life.
Your mum.
Yes. And several others.
Yeah. California, here I come.
Collecting memories of days you felt so free. You've been stripped of the ways you used to love and you had a smile lit the room. Now it's shaded and you don't know what to do. You haven't listened, finding a true love. I can see that it keeps you in glass. You need a wake-up call, that man, he's got it all. But what he leaves you with is pain, girl, you need to understand. Girl, you gotta know. You just need to find yourself, get back to who you are. Now take a step back in your world and just let it go. The very first time, it's the hardest one. When you do, you won't hesitate to run. It's been too long that you've been gone. I'm looking forward to that person that I knew was strong.